on? What is going on? Greetings, 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 everyone. Peace and love. Oh my goodness. Look, I had to come on here. I had to get on here. You know what I'm saying? I had to come on here and say something because, I love my people. I love my people. I love my people. I know most of y'all probably at work doing whatever you're doing, but this will be recorded and I'll replay it later. Let me move you this way, TikTok, because I need you to understand too. Because I get this amazing text every morning from someone that I respect so much and love so much, right? I get this text from her every morning. Beautiful text. This is my Rastafari sister. Love her, love her, love her. So I'm coming on here because the title of this video is what is Islam and what is Moorish science? Because I think people have it mistaken for what it really is. So when people see us demonstrate, I guess they got the misconception that either we are the ones that enslaved us, we're the Moors that enslaved people, or whatever they're thinking. And they're thinking that Moorish science is a religion, peace, love, and harmony. And they're thinking that Moorish science is a religion. Moorish science is not a religion. I want to tell y'all. And then when I explain this, she says, but y'all enslaved us. I said, and Jesus' people enslaved him too. And still today we enslave each other. So what are you saying? Every nation has suffered slavery. Number one, every nation. It ain't a one that has it. Yeah, we got the worst of it all, but every nation has suffered slavery, y'all. Every nation. It's not one that hasn't. So I tell her, no, more science is not my religion. Islam is my religion. Well, Islam came from this is, hey, I get it. But when you go back, because I told her, I said, I love you more. I always say I love you more, Moor. No, don't associate me with them. Don't associate me with them. See, we teach the love instead of hate. Well, at least I do. I don't know what a lot of these folks out here doing. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know what these Moors is out here doing. But with the prophet Noble Drew Ali left, you supposed to be imitating not the prophet, not man, and stop thinking what man tell you is the truth. Have you been over here and studied these lessons? Do you really even know any of it? Because I'm not going to come to you and tell you you're wrong for practicing your faith and what your faith base is. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong for that. And I'm not going to speak against it because it's wrong and it's radical. We are to teach love instead of hate. We don't teach no hate. Not over here. We don't teach hate. So I want to talk about what Islam is, because even when you look up the etymology of Islam, it simply just means peace, submission to God, submission to your higher self. Islam, that's all that it means. All this extra stuff that y'all think it means that it doesn't. And then you don't know because you haven't been over here to study it. You haven't been over here to study it. My conception of it was that you took yourself out. But no, until you come study real Islamism, and that's applying Islam to your life. That's just not saying, hey, I'm Muslim and I study Islam. No, Islamism, we apply it to our lives. We practice it. We practice peace. We stand on 5 principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. So what is Islam? What is Islam? The Prophet did not leave us to guess, to have to wait for somebody to come and tell us, because people don't realize man knows not by being told. If you know, then be what you know. If you know that you know that you know without a shadow of a doubt, whoever came and taught you what they taught you, whatever they gave you, if you know for no shadow of a doubt, then be what you know. Be exactly what you know, man. But don't tell nobody else about what they're practicing, because you must be who you know. Islam. So Islam, what is Islam? This is in the literature from the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, the Moorish Science Temple of America, the MSCA, however you want to say it. This is what Islam is. It is in the literature. What is Islam? Islam is a very simple faith. It requires man to recognize. So forget about what you heard, study it, and go back and find the facts. Facts over feelings, y'all. Facts over feelings. It requires man to recognize his duties toward God Allah, his creator, and his fellow creatures. It teaches the supreme duty of living at peace with one's surroundings. It is preeminently, that means above all, preeminently above all, the religion of peace. The very name Islam means peace. The goal of a man's life, according to Islam, is peace with everything. Peace with Allah, peace with man. We ain't radical over here. Whoever's being radical, that's them. You got to understand, we practice, our religion is Islamism. It's a difference. The Quran, the holy book of Islam, tells us that the final abode of man is the house of peace, where no vain word or sinful discourse will be heard. The holy divine prophet, noble Drew Ali, we talking about a prophet that looked just like us, came in these days and times that you didn't notice. Prophets come and go no matter where you come from. They come and go. They're there. Let me tell you something. The spirit's always there. It don't stop. So what do you mean? You think it stops with you? You think you got the answer. You think you got the right religion. Everybody think they got the right thing. Do you really? Well, if you do, then be it. Practice it. Apply it to your life. Show up in that way. The Holy Divine Prophet Noble Drew Ali says that a follower of Islam, in the true sense of the word, is one whose hands, tongue, and thoughts do not hurt others. Excuse me, what did y'all say Islam? We were what? Our religion is more than science? No, it's not. The objects of a man's life, according to Islam, is its complete unfoldment. Islam teaches that man is born with unlimited capacities for progress. Islam does not support the idea that man was born in sin. We do not support that idea in Islam. I don't know what type of Islam y'all practicing out there. I don't know. But over here with Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the noble prophet, bruh, we don't support that idea. It teaches that everyone has within him the seed of perfect development, and it rests solely with himself to make or mar his fortune. It rests with you to make or mar your fortune. Nobody else. Y'all keep looking for somebody to come hand you something and they ain't. You must save yourself. Salvation is for you. Nobody can save you. Save yourself. That's why the prophet said, I brought everything to save a nation. Now save yourself. And you can't put it on nobody else. Stop talking about who did the what and why. You're too caught up in man when you do that. And you don't understand the spirit rises thing. I walk straight up to Allah and place my hand in Allah's unchanging hand. I need no middleman to intercede for me. No, I don't. The cardinal doctrine of Islam is the unity of the Father, Allah. We believe in one God. That's it. Allah, who is all God, all mercy, and all power, all knowledge, and all truth. These are some of his great attributes, so far as we can understand. He is free from defects, holy and transcendent. He is personal to us insofar as we see his attributes working for us and in us. But he is nevertheless impersonal because he is infinite, perfect, and holy. We do not believe that death and decay or sleep overtake him. Neither do we believe that he is helplessly inactive, an inert force. Nothing happens without his knowledge and will. He neither begets nor is he begotten, because these are the traits of frail and weak humanity. The unity of Allah is the first and foremost pillar of Islam, and every other belief hangs upon it. Every other religion hangs upon Islam. That's why we have the star and the crescent, because every other religion hangs upon Islam. That crescent moon represents that. It had everything else. When that star is there, everything else hangs upon it. We're a religion of peace. We ain't a religion of confusion or none of that. So whatever y'all keep allowing these people to paint the picture of to you, because y'all keep adopting everything they give you and swear everything that come out man's mouth is the truth. And you never went back to confirm it, to research it, to say any of that. So stop speaking against your people and what they practice. We're not here to convince you anything. Salvation is yours. Salvation is a personal thing. However you gonna save yourself, hey, that's on you. But the Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought us the answer. He brought us the message. Islam, he brought us the message. Grand rising, Islam. He did. He brought this to us. He brought us everything we need to save ourselves, y'all. Nationality is always the order of the day. You want to continue to be a slave? Do you know why in Acts 6 he says we are not black, Negro, colored, or Ethiopian? Because in Ethiopia, half of them gave up to Christianity, which began in Rome, had nothing to do with them, and the other half stayed Islam. You can still go see that Islam to this day. What do you mean? To this day, in my red pill voice. To this day, in my red pill voice. Honors to my boy Red Pill and Blue Pill. To this day. The gates have been released. Man, when I tell you these keys have been released, ain't nobody living in no quiet and no secret society. None of there. There's no secret. Prophet Noble Drew Ali loosed all that. That's what's in this Holy Quran of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. The truth. And truth never changes or passes away, baby. The lies they sold you, they change and pass away. Like they try to change Islam and make you think Muslim and Muslim. No, man, different. Totally different. Totally different practice. Totally different. There, the Jubilee is here. And y'all better know what that Roman Jubilee is all about. Please understand, Christianity began in Rome. I just told y'all that. That's not speaking radical. That's not speaking hate. That's speaking the truth. That's facts. Jesus of Nazareth that look like me and you. I just told y'all this the other day. Just said this. This is why the prophet tells us we got to pick this up daily and read it. We got to pick this up daily and read it so we understand. Because the only way you can know God is to know yourself. You can't know God if you don't know you. The beginning of Christianity, chapter 46 in the divine instructions from the Holy Prophet. The foundation of Christianity began in Rome. The Roman nations founded the first church of whom crucified Jesus of Nazareth. That man looked like me and you. He was a melanated brother, Jesus of Nazareth. They tell you Jesus Christ, Jesus of Nazareth that looks like me and you, was crucified for seeking to redeem his people from under the Roman yoke and law. Y'all still under one and don't realize it. Why you keep yelling and screaming and talking about you this and talking about you that? No, wrong. This whole planet was full of us. Moors, whether they was good or bad, in every sector. I don't care what you... Christianity, they got the good and the bad, and Islam, they got good and bad. Everybody bouting against each other. What are you talking about? Enslaved you? You enslaved yourself. You gave up your birthrights to gratify your loose desires. Nobody else did that but you. Jesus. So peep this. So when they crucified him under their Roman yoke and law, understand the yoke and the law. Whatever their law was and whatever he broke, they felt they took him out for that. But guess what? His own people got him put up there. His own folk. Yeah, records are at the Vatican. Islam. Jesus himself was of the true blood of the ancient Canaanites and Moabites and the inhabitants of Africa. Who can deny that? Excuse me? And you tell me I'm supposed to not tie myself back to Jesus of Nazareth because some pale skin done came and told you something and sold you their story of our story and made it history? Because that's his story. That's his version of it, not ours. It's not ours. Facts over feelings, y'all. Y'all need to get out y'all's feelings. This is why truth is so good for your well-being. The holy teaching of Jesus was to the common people to redeem them from under the great pressures of the hands of the unjust, that the rulers and the rich would not oppress the poor. They doing it now. And some of these rich people look just like you. And you talking about what? Who did what? These so-called people that y'all follow, that y'all so concerned about. Y'all so quick to be concerned about a Jay-Z, a Beyonce, a Diddy. Y'all so quick to be worried about them that you won't come get no truth about who you are. Because you too worried about who they are and what they got going on in their life. And they ain't worried about you because they the rich oppressing the poor. You talking about who? What? Who didn't? Who? What? You're still doing it to this day. This is still happening to this day. To this day, this is still happening. Nobody's stopping it. To this day, this is still happening. Seeking to redeem his people in those days from the pressure of the pale-skinned nations of Europe. Roman crucified him according to their law. According to their law. Their law. According to their law. Then Europe had peace for a long time until Muhammad the First. Some of y'all don't even realize there was a Muhammad the First and any other prophets. Y'all think it stops at a certain person. No, it don't. For a long time until Muhammad the First came upon the scene and fulfilled the works of Jesus of Nazareth. Jesus of Nazareth. The holy teaching of Jesus was to the common people to redeem them from under the great pressure of the hands of the unjust, that the rulers and the rich would not oppress the poor. Also that the lion and the lamb may lay down together, and neither would be harmed when morning came. These teachings were not accepted by the rulers, neither by the rich, because they love the 10 Commandments. I just told y'all this the other day. They love the 10 Commandments because 10 of them is, hey, I'm going to take 3 out and I'm good. They don't even follow all 10. They don't even follow their own commandments that they love so much. Show me where. They don't even apply their own 10 commandments to their life. So it's truly didn't want 42. You truly didn't want the real ones. You didn't want that Mayat degree. You didn't want that Big Mama degree. You didn't want them 42 laws and more. You needed 10. So you can think you can skip over God. You can cheat God. You can cheat Allah. Let me shortcut him. I'm going to take 10. More than 10, baby. Stop letting them sell y'all these lies. Stop letting them sell y'all these lies. Whoever came up with these lies, stop letting them tell you this. These teachings were not accepted by the rulers, neither by the rich, because they love the principles of the 10 Commandments. Through the 10 Commandments, the rulers and the rich live, while the poor suffer and die. The poor suffer and die. The lamb is the poor people. The lion is the ruler and the rich. And through love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, all men are one and equal to seek their own destiny and to worship under their own vine and fig tree, after the principles and divine laws of their forefathers. All nations of the earth in these modern days are seeking peace, Islam, but there is but one true and divine way that peace may be obtained in these days, and it is through love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Taught universally to all nations and all lands. We stand on 5 principles. I don't know what nobody else is standing on. I know what Latay stands on. The 5 principles that Prophet Noble Drew Ali tells us to stand on, that brought us to stand on. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and taught us how to stand on it. Never fold 10 toes down. Stand on your truth. People mad because you gave up your birthright. You gave up your own birthrights, people, because you wanted to gratify your loose desires. You wanted to run behind gods of Europe you knew nothing about, looked nothing like you, had nothing to do with your history, had nothing to do with your ancestry. You chose that. Each and every one of y'all that claim to be Black, Negro, colored, and anything else label that they place upon you. That's why they have all these different, now we have over 500 different genders. They're going to do anything to keep knocking you out of the park. And you don't realize that. Any way to create a slave mentality, to put a label on you so they can control you, so they can brand you like a piece of meat and groom you. And then you forget who you are. You forget where you come from. because you get so caught up in allowing somebody else to rename you, to take your nationality away from you. But you do it yourself. You love your loose desires. You love them 10 commandments. Because that's your loose desires you can run for. You ain't being held accountable for nothing. You ain't being held accountable for nothing. You can't lie to yourself. You can't even lie to yourself, people. You don't want to be accountable. So most people don't come over here to the Moorish Science Temple of America because the truth is stern. And you don't want to work on yourself. Most people that come over here, if they did insight, they didn't want to work on themselves. No different than people that go to church and don't want to work on themselves. No people that go to Juma don't want to work on themselves. It's no different anywhere, y'all. We do this to ourselves to gratify our loose desires because we are so caught up in love with our desires. That's it. It's sad. It's sad. We all got to worship under our own vine and fig tree. Through sin and disobedience, every nation has suffered slavery due to the fact that they honor not the creed and principles of their forefathers. Y'all ain't honor no creed and principles of nobody. Where? Half of y'all don't even know. Y'all ain't even follow what Big Mama and nobody left for you to follow. Most of these children don't even want to pick up the businesses of their elders that they left for them. Most of them don't want to do it. You gave up your stuff through your sin and disobedience. This is why the nationality of the Moors was taken away from them in 1774. We was here before 1492, y'all. I don't know where y'all getting these stories from. I don't. But you need to travel back. Thus, you know, masterminds can travel themselves back. If you feel like it only begins at a certain point, then, baby, I don't know what to tell you. You don't know thyself. You don't know thyself. You don't. This is why the nationality of the Moors was taken away from them in 1774. And the word Negro, black, and colored was given to the Asiatics of America who were of Moorish descent because they honor not the principles of their mother and father and straight after the gods of Europe whom they knew nothing about. You're still doing it today. Even in these celebrities that y'all love so much are still that same thing. That idol worshiping is serious. Put them idols down. Whatever you burn up on an altar, give it to the poor so they may eat from it. A lot of people practice a lot of vain things in their practices in life, in their faith walk. Just spoke to y'all yesterday about this is a faith walk right now. Your faith is going to be tested so hard. And if y'all ain't seen all the things going on in the world right now, your faith is being tested. I swear you are birthing something. Please understand me. No more can you walk around here and just believe in stuff because somebody told you. You better have the facts and you better be living whatever you talking. Whatever you speaking on, you best be living it. Because somebody going to see you and see you ain't living it. We can get on these screens all day long and do all this and make it look good. But what do you do when that screen is off? What are you doing behind that screen? When it's not on? What are you doing? Straying after gods of Europe you knew nothing of. Not even listening to you. People don't even listen to their mama and daddy right now on this plane. They won't even listen to their mother and father on this plane. Now I'm grown and it's all of these things that you become. But the grown folks don't even realize they've been disobedient to their mother and father. We're talking Allah the Father, Allah the Mother, the oneness. That's who you've been disrespecting. That's who you have been disobedient to. The end of the time and the fulfilling of the prophecies, chapter 48. In the last prophet in these days is Noble Drew Ali. The last prophet in these days is Noble Drew Ali, who was prepared divinely in due time by Allah to redeem man from their sinful ways. Always sending a prophet to redeem people from their sinful ways. Whether Jesus had to come and save you from your sinful ways, whether Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Muhammad the First, Muhammad the Second, who all the Muhammad, everybody trying, Buddha, Confucius, everybody trying to save their people from ignorance, from being just straight up ignorant, from straight up having slave chains on their brain. Every prophet comes back for that. And it continues to come back because ain't nobody got it yet and still ain't got it. No matter what you got on your head, how you wrap it, how you do whatever. Nobody got it. Obviously. Because we don't even understand what Islam is. We don't understand the difference of even going to look up a word to find out what it really means before anything come out our mouth. Giving all honors and praises to all my teachers. All honors and praises to all my teachers for making sure that whatever I'm talking about, to make sure that I can go and fact check that. Don't just be saying stuff. Because you don't know. Unless you coming over here to study, you don't know. I promise you. Because most of these folks that have these things on their head, they get up here and do these, they don't know either. We all figuring it out. So don't think that you know either just because you in a certain whatever. You hold a certain position, a title, wherever you are in this religious thing. It makes nobody better than nobody. Because if somebody had the right answer, we wouldn't be in this mess we in. If somebody just had the right answer. I just told you, hey, y'all about to find out that doggone Dirty Bill Clinton fronted y'all some stuff. Y'all finding out all kind of stuff right now. You better get close to the Most High. Because I promise you, these people that you love so much, that you think just done told you all the truth and nothing but the truth, and has been lying to you this whole time. So sad that you're going to find that out. And you're going to have to find out this way. Because you didn't do the due diligence for yourself to save yourself. You was waiting for somebody to come and save you. Straight up real talk. Yeah, right. We all the same rich if we get up. But who going to get up and do it? Our people too scared. They still, we shall overcome it. We got a brother that just got knocked out in New York, taken up out of here. They trying to say a brother done ran into the people in New York. Like, it's all of these things. And they know all they going to do is get our emotions riled up, and we going to go outside and start screaming and hollering and marching. And that's all we going to do for about a good 7 days. And they going to be quiet again. You know they're going to be quiet. They only do this for so long. And then they go sit down. These people back here were standing on business. These people back here were standing on business. They was together. They were standing on business. Together as a nation of people. Because that's the only way this thing going to work. You can keep trying to separate and act like. That's why the prophet said this is to be taught universally to all nations in all lands. To all nations and all lands. As I was saying, the last prophet in these days and times is Prophet Noble Drew Ali, who was prepared divinely in due time, prepared in his mother's belly. That's your first school, is your mother's belly. He was prepared in his mother's belly. Okay? To come and loose these keys to us. He came to redeem men from their sinful ways and to warn them of the great wrath, which is sure to come upon the earth. Y'all didn't think it was coming. It's here. It's here. Surprise. Surprise, surprise. John the Baptist was the forerunner of Jesus in those days to warn and stir up the nation and prepare them to receive the divine creed, which was to be taught by Jesus. In these modern days, there came a forerunner who was divinely prepared. Once again, divinely prepared. Y'all don't be understanding. These folks be divinely prepared. And if you even go into who was divinely prepared for us to receive Prophet Noble Drew Ali, you will understand some things. These modern days, there came a forerunner who was divinely prepared by the great God Allah, and his name is Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey. If you go see the story on Marcus Garvey, his dad dug a whole ditch and put him in it as a little boy and took the ladder and everything and walked away. And Garvey said, oh, once I was there for so long, I said, oh, it ain't nobody but me. Because this is what this is about you, salvation. How was he going to save himself? He had to figure that out. Garvey is the one that brought you. The pen is mightier than the sword, but the tongue is mightier than them both. Up, you mighty people. You can accomplish what you will, not nobody else's will, but your will. Garvey done told you some things that you didn't know, that he was the forerunner to our divine prophet Noble Drew Ali, who did teach and warn the nations of the earth to prepare to meet the coming prophet. He never said he was a prophet. He was a forerunner. So talk about him, say what you want to say. He still was the forerunner. He came to bring the message. What's wrong with these black people? Where are their military? Who are they? Why do they call themselves that? He did come and teach and warn the nations of the earth to prepare to meet the coming prophet, who was to bring the true and divine creed of Islam. And his name is Noble Drew Ali, who was prepared and sent to this earth by Allah to teach the old time religion. We don't have no new time religion, y'all. This is an old time religion. Give me that old time religion. You know, there was a song called that old time religion. That's what we practice. We practice an old time religion. Islamism. We apply Islam to our life. We practice Islam. Give me that old time religion. And the everlasting gospel to the sons of man, that every nation shall and must worship under their own vine and fig tree, and return to their own and be one with their Father God, Allah. The Moorish Science Temple of America is a lawfully chartered and incorporated organization. Any subordinate temple that desires to receive a charter, the Prophet has them to issue to every state throughout the United States, etc., that the world may hear and know the truth, that among the descendants of Africa, there is still much wisdom to be learned. So ain't nobody said nobody got it all, because it's still much wisdom to be learned. In these days, for the redemption of the sons of men under love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and just us. Because that's what it'll end up being, just us. If you understand these principles, we're supposed to be. We as a clean and pure nation. We're not clean, but as a clean and pure nation, descended from the inhabitants of Africa, we don't desire to amalgamate or marry into the families of the pale-skinned nations of Europe. Not speaking radical, we just don't want to. They wanted to keep their blood pure too. We just asked in the same. Nothing wrong with it. We just asked for it. No different than they said they didn't want you messing with you. You bet they find out you're messing with one of us, you was up on the tree. So what you mean? So because we say that, that's being mean and radical? No. You hung our people from trees for being with yours. You took them up out of here for being with yours. So because we say we don't want to amalgamate, we're being radical. That's not. I'm sorry, it's not. It's just some prefer what they prefer. Islam, some prefer what they prefer. Neither serve the gods of their religion, because our forefathers are the true and divine founders of the first religious creed for the redemption and salvation of mankind on earth. So the first religious creed for the redemption and salvation of mankind on earth. There is a difference between mankind and man. There's a difference between human beings and mankind. It really is. So, mankind gets some stuff, but we have more than just the earth salvation. That's the thing. We have salvation. We have it's so amazing for us. Some just have earth salvation, mankind. We have an earthly and a divine salvation. Earthly and divine. Whew, that's serious. You didn't know that though. You didn't know that, but see, when you emulate and you follow behind gods of Europe, because emulate don't mean necessarily, you know, emulate meaning, I mean, you flipping your stuff into their stuff. You're taking on their practices and their customs. So you are emulating. You don't even realize that you're not following what you should that belongs to you. You following for somebody else and what belongs to them. Therefore, we are returning the church and Christianity back to the European nations. Not speaking hate, that's fact. It's yours. You have to turn back what belongs to them. Return to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. It don't belong to you. And you be talking about, well, they took stuff that don't belong to them. Boy, y'all did too. Y'all took on customs, cultures, things. Y'all just said that it was New Year's. Y'all just celebrated their Christmas. Y'all just did all of that. So you have emulated and forgot about your family and nation. So whose fault is it but your own? Therefore, we are returning it back to them, as it was prepared for their forefathers for their earthly salvation. Remember, I told you we have an earthly and divine. Earthly and divine. Some just get earthly stuff. So yeah, they can only be rich on this earth plane. They can only succeed on the earth plane, but we have an earthly and divine salvation. That's what people do. But you can only get that through these lessons. You'll only understand that because that divinity has to come from within you. You become who you are. The Allah in you will show up. That higher self will bust out. You serious? Give it back. They have earthly salvation and you walking around here with earthly and divine salvation. And gonna tell somebody they wrong for telling you that you got that, for bringing your greatness to you. That's why I said we ain't here to convince you nothing. I ain't never said, come and join my temple. Put the money in the pot. I just come out here because I love my people. I don't ask y'all to support no channel. And that StreamYard costs a whole lot of money. I don't ask for it. But hey, if you do, great. Go for it. That's not what I'm here for. The prophet told me to bring this message. Allah wakes me up and says, go speak the message. He didn't say collect no dollars. Speak the message. I need the message out. I need these people to be taught. I need this taught universally. To all four corners of this earth. To all the nations. All around the world. All around the world. While we, the Moorish Americans, are returning to Islam. We are returning to Islam. Hey, you don't like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm Islam all day. Islam. I'm Islam all day. Which was founded by our forefathers for our earthly and divine salvation. What? We have an earthly and divine salvation? For real, for real? You mean we ain't got one? You mean we ain't got to sit here and be trying to hustle and try to grab all this stuff and chase the bag and get the bag and do all these things that you do so earthly, so fleshly, because it's so earthly that you don't even realize your divine salvation is above and beyond all of this. Divinity is major. That's when you're thriving, you wealthy. In divinity, divine salvation and earthly. What? The covenant of the great God Allah. Honor thy father and thy mother. Remember I told you Allah the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation by night and by day through his holy prophet, Drew Ali. Amen. Also, we have Allah, the mother of the virtues, because that's a higher self. What is the higher self? The higher self is the mother of the virtues and the harmonies of life that breeds justice, mercy, love, and right. It's a oneness that goes on over here. We ain't talking about one without talking about the other, because we understand mama and daddy get us here. Nothing else. So, the covenant of the great God Allah, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be longer upon the earth land. Y'all hear that through every scripture. I don't care if you pick up a Bible or whatever. It's going to always tell you, you honor your mother and father, you will live longer. You will go stronger. which the Lord thy God Allah hath given thee. Come all ye Asiatics of America, all you Asiatics, all you people with brown tone skin and melanated skin and whatever you want to call yourself, your black, Negro, and colored folks and Ethiopians, come all ye Asiatics of America and hear the truth about your nationality and your birthrights, because you are not Negroes. Learn of your forefathers' ancient and divine creed. Remember, it's ancient and divine. That you may learn to love instead of hate. We are trying to uplift fallen humanity, which is the sisters, which is the Asiatic, aka Black African American woman. That's why the prophet is on the front of the 101s of lifting humanity, with one foot in the cares of the world and the other on a rock of salvation, while he's holding up humanity because it's on her dress, and it's a sister. And he's pulling her up out of the cares of the world, back on a solid rock of foundation, a solid foundation. That's salvation, a solid rock of salvation. So she can go back up into the highest plane of life where her father got Allah. You don't see no other brothers behind him. You just see him, but you don't see a lot of water. I don't see a fez, a tassel, or nothing else coming up out that water. I don't see nothing else coming up out that water. I don't. Nothing. We are trying to uplift humanity, fallen humanity. Come and link yourselves with the families of nations. We honor all true and divine prophets, all of them. Buddha, Confucius, Muhammad, Jesus, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. We could keep on going, because prophets are a thought of Allah manifested in flesh. They're thoughts of Allah. They're thoughts of the mother and father Allah manifested in flesh. So Jesus was a prophet, y'all, because he came to give a message. He was trying to get you from the slave chains on your brains back then. The same chains that are on your brain now. And no matter who came and how they came and in what color they came, you still ain't get it. You still don't believe it. But that wrath is here. You can see it going on all over the world. We're about to get a super Arctic blast. Below zero temperatures in Georgia and Florida. Are y'all serious right now? And y'all think who ain't in control? Who? Oh, y'all thought it was a game. Y'all think everything they're doing. You think everything they got a machine to do it. All right, y'all gonna see some real machines. Y'all gonna see how Allah really works. Y'all gonna see how Allah really works. The prophet done tried to hold the fire back long enough. Told y'all that about the 10 wonders of the world. The prophet is one of them. And he's been holding back from that fire. He's standing in front of that fire. You ever see a charter and you see the prophet at the bottom? You see some red stuff behind him. Don't mistake it for the flag, like he's standing in front of the flag because it's red. No, that's fire. Coming to get you. Coming to catch you. Because Allah's wrath, he can't even hold it back no more. Y'all keep calling on folks. Y'all don't want none. You only call on Jesus when you don't call on him any other time. So just being misused and abused, and now they tired because they like, all right, they keep calling us for no reason, and I'm tired of keep going and answering. Now you about to see what the wrath is like. So stop speaking down on your brothers and sisters, no matter what background they come from. We meet everyone where they are. Everywhere in this world, we took ourselves. It ain't nowhere we ain't been. I don't care where you touch. You can find Moors everywhere. Anciently. Not just because today's person told you something. This was Morocco, the empire. That's Morocco in the kingdom today. This is still an empire. We lost it to our ignorance, to our disobedience to our mother and father that gave us this. And you want to deny that this whole earth is yours because you want to get up here and talk about somebody's in their religion? Nah, baby, that's not what this is about. That's not what we teach over here. We trying to give back to you what belongs to you. Now, if that's something you don't want, that's on you. That's your choice. That's why we say we're not here to convince nobody. We're not here to convince nobody of anything. You don't want your stuff, that's on you. When they get to calling hey, we owe the Johnson Plantation all this land and money with compound interest. And then we owe them bays and them Ali's, and we owe all them people, them nations. We owe them nations of Moors that was here before 1492, way before Columbus touched these shores. Way before then. Time never was when man was not. If you keep thinking you got a beginning and end date like a gallon of milk, that's on you. That's on you. Because the prophet loosed the keys for you to know the truth. That's why they say in that movie, what's my movie when Jack Nicholson says, they say they want the truth. He says you can't handle the truth. And y'all can't. Kennedy just said the government's going to have to tell the people the truth. He just said that. The prophet Noble Drew Ali said, the Europeans going to have to tell the truth. He going to have to tell the truth. But you going to have to know truth from falsehood. And if you ain't been in no lessons to understand who you are, you're going to fall for anything at this point. Because it takes you to be spiritually connected to Allah to even see what's real and what's fake at this point. Because being real is the new fake right now. So the only way you're going to be able to decipher truth from falsehood is if you in some lessons to understand what truth and falsehood is. Now, over here in the Moorish Science Temple of America, we teach that. But we don't try to convince you that you got to come over here and do none of that. But you better get you a nationality card. You better be trying to figure out how you can do that to claim your nationality. Because you around here acting like you don't have one. You around here acting ignorant. So they going to put you in that class. They're going to put you in that class of ignorance. Because as soon as they ask you, well, what's your nationality? And you can't even answer in an intelligent tone. You're going to have an attitude. You're going to have a whole attitude when they ask you. And then maybe it can click in your head that somebody was on the screen that told you you needed to proclaim your nationality. Why you so worried about man? You so worried about man. You so stuck on man that you idolize man so bad that man going to keep on disappointing you. Because that ain't what this about. Spirit. Like I said, I don't need a middleman to intercede for me. I don't need one. Walk straight up to Allah. Place my hand in his unchanging hand. A lot of minors. Yeah, don't even realize minors, minority. You don't even realize even what that word means. And be going, I'm a minority. Really? You're a child? Okay. Go look up the word. I need y'all to go back, watch Minority Report, Enemy of the State, Born Identity. What was the other one? Y'all go back and watch all that, because all that you see it right now happen. What is your identity? What's your identity? We just seen where our community of the transgenders just said, hey, I went and put female on my birth certificate. It may not make it right, but let me tell you what they're showing you. They're exercising their right. That's how you got to go proclaim a nationality. And y'all don't think that's a demonstration? That's a whole demonstration by itself. That's a whole demonstration by itself. That video I just seen yesterday. That's a whole demonstration by itself. But y'all don't like who's bringing the message, so y'all ain't catching it. Y'all ain't catching it. Y'all looking at it from some other lens. You looking at it from some other lens and not realizing they about to one up on you again. They about to one up on you again. Y'all gonna be right back. They gonna be calling y'all something else again. Who knows what the name gonna be this time? Who knows? Maybe they'll call you the Grays. Who knows what it might be this time? Y'all gonna fall for it again? And again and again and again. This is why the prophets have to keep coming back. It's still to save you from yourself. They come back to save you from yourself and you don't even notice it. Say, I come like a thief in the night. You don't never know when the thief is coming. Or you thought you was going to wake up and one none going to be there. Come like a thief in the night to save you from yourself. save you from your ignorance. That's the sacrifice. Coming to save you from yourself. Not hanged on no cross to do none of that because of your sins. Came to save you from yourself. Because you the one doing it to yourself. Nobody else is doing this to you. Nobody else is enslaving you. No one else is making you do nothing you don't want to do. You sign up for all of this stuff. You sign your name to everything. So everything that you signed your name to, that's on you. Who are you mad at? You have rights. You have freedoms. It's called human rights. Civil rights in my butt. Human rights. That's what I want. Y'all can have that civil stuff. Civil. Look up what that means, y'all. Stop it. The ignorance has to cease. It's no more. You caught in the rapture at this point. But don't come tell me what I'm practicing is wrong, because I know what has saved me from myself. I know what has brought me to knowing myself and knowing Allah in return. And nobody's going to come and tell me that, because you ain't been over here doing no work with me. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know what I've been through. So I'm truly not coming over there to try to tell you how to run your religion, how to be in your religion, how to show up for your faith. So don't come tell me. Don't come tell me none of that. I ain't trying to hear it. If you don't know what Islam is, don't speak on it until you really get a clear clarification of what it is. If you don't know what Buddhist is, don't talk about it until you done studied it to get a clarification. Because I'm in Ayurvedic school and all it's Buddha's all throughout there. But I also see Prophet Noble Drew Ali, so I'm also understanding why we honor all divine prophets too. Because even through these teachings, I'm seeing divine prophets brought out. So I can trace myself back. I'm seeing footprints clearly cut. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali didn't tell me to go to Ayurvedic school. Nowhere in the Circle 7 did he tell me to do none of that. But guess what I see when I go to Ayurvedic school? I see the Vestas, the Vedas, all these things that could come back in exactly into this Circle 7. When I go and look at the Tree of Life and I'm looking at the Kemetic stuff, I can go in the Circle 7 and still see it. Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought everything. Ain't nothing secret. Ain't nothing secret. He brought it all in the open. We practice it all in the open. If you want to call us Masons, well, guess what? We're not secret. We practice it in the open, if that's what you want to call us. We're not hiding nothing from no one. The keys have been loosed. It's up to you to go grab it, hold on to it, read it, digest it, take it for what it is. But y'all got to stop thinking that man's coming to tell you something, because man gonna lie to you every time, and man knows not by being told. If you must know, you must be what you know. Period, point blank. So, I had to come on here for this one because that did something to me today. And I love her. This is no shade to my girl at all. But it's just that I hear people say it so much. They'll see my medallion on. Oh my gosh, you have on ain't that the Baphomet? Ain't that the... No, it's not. That's an evil sign. No, who told you that? Show me the facts that anything around me is evil. That this 5-star that represents Venus is evil. No, it doesn't. Somebody took that because Venus was already there before you got there. Somebody took that 5-pointed star and decided they was going to usurp it and do what they did. But this 5-pointed star with them 5 points represents our 5 principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Our Moorish flag, the red flag with the 5-pointed green star in the center, it flew over here at one time. And in Venus, the star of Venus, you can't tell where the beginning or the end is. And that's how this star is. If it got breaks and cuts in it that you can see, that's not our flag. That's the Moroccan flag, but it's not the Moorish flag. It's a difference. That's why I said, don't just speak on stuff you don't know. Don't speak on stuff you have no idea about. The Moorish flag, a red flag with a 5-pointed green star in the center that represents Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. 5 principles. That flag is over 10,000 years old. Well over 50,000 at this point. Because even when that 101 was written, that was back in the 1920s. I mean, gee, so it's so much older than that. It's so much older than that. We have a flag. We have a nationality. We have a divine creed. Really? We have things that a lot of people ain't even got over to. But we hold it. And the world's been waiting on us. And we still over here being ignorant, fighting and being crazy and talking about this man and this man and this man and what this man did and what that man did. All of them was flawed. All of them. All of them. None of us are perfect. All of them were flawed. The prophet knew that. That's why Noble Drew Ali on the back of that authority say Noble Drew Ali. Everybody else, black, Negro, and colored, before he landed that name at the end. Ain't got nobody's first name on there. You don't know who that is. That could be anybody with that last name in the L. It's many Millies. It's many Lovitts. It's many of those. It wasn't distinctively put there because he already knew what it was. He was divinely prepared. So he knew the tricks. He knew what y'all about to do. No different than Jesus when he told Judas, God, whoever gonna do me wrong, kiss my hand or kiss my cheek. Whatever he said, the dude did it. He knew who was gonna get him. And when it was all said and done, Jesus only had his mother and his woman with him. As he was always saving people from their sins, he saved Mary Magdalene from 7. So he was here to do his job. She listened, though. She followed. He came to save her from herself, and she followed suit. Jesus came to save you from yourself. You did not follow suit. Prophets are still coming to save you from yourself. You won't follow suit because you don't notice them, because you need to see something in front of you. You need to see a whole person with blonde hair, blue eyes. That's what you need to see. No Sky Daddy's coming for y'all. Hang that up. You better save yourself. That's the raw, uncut truth about this one. The prophet got rid of all excuses, so y'all can save me with all them outwords and excuses of why. Well, why? Prophet Noble Drew Ali got rid of it all. Nobody else did. Not in these days and times over here on this land. Maybe somewhere else for somebody else. And if you feel this ain't your land and you feel you've been so ostracized over, find your land then. It's going to be time for you to return back. So I hope whoever you think you belong to, that they're going to accept you. I hope whoever you think you belong to, they about to accept you with open arms. Because I only trace mine back to right here. No boats, no none of that. But you need to know. You need to be gamed up, because I'm trying to tell you, everybody wanting up on us. Because we too busy arguing about who right and who wrong and who got the answer and who don't. What I tell y'all yesterday? That Goody tell y'all? In 3rd grade, this is what you taught. You was bought, you was sold. Now they saying juice. Let some heads crack. I bet you Jay Clampy want his money back. I bet you Jay Clampy want his money back. Because there's some of us left heads really cracked. And we was ready. And we ready. You try to move to Beverly Hills? Jay Clampy, you want your money back. Because you done feel, they done left some heads cracked down there. They were supposed to fall for it. That they was bought and sold. They were supposed to fall for the bought and sold story. You mean there's some that didn't fall for it? How y'all leave them? Y'all shouldn't have left them open like that. Y'all supposed to close them up. You were supposed to trap their minds. Slavery was over in 1865. And we still holding on to slave names and slave ideas and slave customs and slave holidays and all of that. Still. Our elders stood for something. You see these Moors back here, they stood for something. They might not have all been right. I mean, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But you can see they was coming from Pennsylvania, Jersey, Michigan. You see, they represented all kind of states. Which state is the people? They represent their people. They ain't. That's not being radical. That's not being hateful. They represent their people. They represent the nation. Something we really need to be doing instead of arguing and fighting or telling who's right and who's wrong. Because nobody has all the answers. Each of us hold a part of it, but everybody ain't got all the answers, y'all. Everybody don't have all the answers to this. I don't care how smart you are, how many words you got, what kind of study group you got, what kind of amount of researchers you got. Everybody don't hold it all. Some things have to be held back from you because you're too vain for it to even be a part of you anyway. You have so much greed in you. Why would Allah even release that to you? You think you finding it because you can read a lot of books. You think you find it because you can say big words. That doesn't mean anything. The homeless people, I done told y'all, the homeless people on the street smarter than a lot of these folks out here with all this knowledge. They're more spiritually sane and connected than the person that got the big house on the corner with the 18 bedrooms in it. They're more connected to spirit than you could ever imagine and understand what it really is. That everybody live in this falsified illusional world, and illusions pass away. You wonder why you gain stuff and you lose it. You gain stuff and you lose it because it's an illusion, and it will pass away. This material world has passed away. Material gain ain't doing nothing for y'all no more. Good luck on that one. You better have a skill set. You better know how to barter with people. You better know how to grow some food. You better know how to survive. Because, baby, the grocery store can't even save you at this point. You better have some real skills, some real trades. Lay some floors, paint some walls, build something. Telling you, you done lost so much from your ancestors, you don't even know how to build a house no more. A teepee, nothing to shelter yourself. If you had to get up and leave. Remember, biblically, they had to just get up and leave, and you couldn't just take all your stuff. So all the stuff that we done gathered, I have to always ask my mom, what you gonna grab if we just gotta get up and go? She's talking about my purse. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what's gonna be in your purse. If that's gonna even do anything for you at this point, you might need to leave that too. What if you just got up and go? You're so worried about what everybody else is doing. What if you just gotta get up and go? What if this time comes and we just gotta move it? Move it. What's the next step? Move the high around. They're launching missiles. They're doing all kind of stuff right now. What if? Stop thinking just because we over here it can't happen. That ain't gonna happen over here. It never happened over here. We are safe. Oh, okay. Nobody's safe right now. That's why you better tribe up. You better find your people and you better trust them. It's like people say, well, the Moors enslaved us. Well, your people still doing it today. So you better hope you can trust these people that you have so much faith in. Because if it's going to be the choice between you and them and whether they and their family eat and survive, they ain't thinking about you, partner. They ain't thinking about you, partner. They ain't thinking about you. It's a dog-eat-dog word. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Man, I'm in the middle. Because it is a dog-eat-dog world. You'll really see who's really true, who's really down, who's really, really about what they say they are. That's what you're going to see. You are seeing it. You're going to see more of it. People are shedding their skin. They're shedding like a snake right now. And you seeing people's true colors and their true self, and it's only about to turn up 100 degrees like that furnace that the Hebrew boys were in. But they wasn't getting burned because they had that faith. That faith was serious. Plus, Jesus was in there. That spirit was right in there with them, making sure wasn't nothing touching them. And as much as they kept turning the heat up, still wasn't touching. That's called divine love. We have an earthly and divine salvation, y'all. That's divinity. Not burned up. And a lot will be burned up. My grandma used to tell us growing up, you lie, God gonna tell me, because it's in the book of the Lamb, or that book. She would always talk about that book. And he was gonna tell her about us being bad in this book. That the devil, when we went down there to the devil because we was being bad, that it was gonna be burning us up. And even though we would say, ouch, ouch, it hurts, she said it ain't gonna stop, it's gonna still keep burning. That's what my grandmother used to tell us. She used to have me terrified, like, oh my goodness, I don't want to know what that feels like. Because even to touch the stove or get burnt with the pressing comb was enough for me. You telling me if that happened to me, it's not gonna stop. These are the things my grandmother instilled in us. These are the type of grandmas we need again. We didn't talk back. We didn't cuss. We didn't do none of that. Scared to cuss up. What? You ain't even cuss now. You can be 60 in front of your grandma and she 150. You still ain't cussing in front of her, especially if you are of our age. Oh, excuse me, grandma. Excuse me, mom. These children say whatever. We getting popped in the mouth wiped out with soap. All of these things to be respectful. Have totally lost our way. We totally not following behind our forefathers because they didn't do that. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Train the child in the way they should go. When they get older, they shouldn't depart from it. Even though they may depart from it, they gonna come back. Because life gonna sock them dead in the front of their doggone forehead. So those things, we need them back. But I'm gonna try to tell you right now, you better be like a mommy. It's gonna be many children that need help. It's gonna be many people that need help. Uplifting, maybe not even monetary things, just a conversation. Just are you all right? You got some rice, I got some greens. You got green beans, I got black eyed peas, whatever. Figure it out. I got blankets, you got pillows, whatever. You don't even realize this is what's about to happen. But you're too caught up and worried about what man doing that you ain't worried about what's being done to you. B.O.B. has the best song ever. I can't say it because a lot of cuss words, and I've been speaking on the prophet. But he said, you so worried about who's doing who, you so focused on who's effing who, you don't realize who's effing you. You some sucker that knows who's doing who, that you don't realize who's doing you. So bend over. Grab your ankles, touch your knees, and bend over. Because you too worried about who's doing who. You so worried about man. You so worried about the flesh. You so worried about who did what to who. You so worried about that they did this to Prophet Noble Drew Ali, so they weren't right, and this wasn't right, and Prophet Noble Drew Ali never came back in the. You so worried about that, you don't realize who's doing you. In your face. I live in this world, but not of this world. Islam, sis. So stop worried about who's doing who, so you can focus on who's doing you. So you can save yourself from this wrath that has come upon this earth land. We can get our birthrights. We can get our birthrights back and our vast estate back by standing, but we keep sitting down. We keep bowing down. We keep holding our head down. We keep giving in and submitting to things we shouldn't submit to. You're submitting to gods that you know nothing about. Women submitting yourself to relationships you shouldn't be a part of. Men submitting themselves to things they shouldn't be a part of. And you didn't think the wrath was coming? You didn't think the wrath was coming? Oh, it's here, baby. It's really here. And it's turn up time. I've been telling y'all about popcorn for a few years. I sure hope y'all got it. Because you need to realize too, this ain't for us. This war ain't got nothing to do with us. This is between them. This is between them. And when you're wondering why Allah is sitting you down, if everything has come to a halt and a stop, please understand that these are the powers that be that work for us. These are our ancestors and how they work. It ain't nothing against you. It's because it's time to be still for a moment. Because you ain't going to want to be out here with what's going on. You ain't going to want to be out here. You're going to want to, we'll put ourselves on lockdown. They won't have to put us on lockdown. We'll put ourselves on lockdown. The popcorn beer popping, yes, it has. It truly has. But I'm telling you, these things have happened for a reason because I've been dilapidated and trying to understand what is going on. This ain't happening. Can't be. And if it ain't happening to you, well, maybe you're just not that chosen person. I don't know what's coming, but whatever you got and whatever you're trying to hold on to, believe me, it's going to slip through. This stage has been set. They are not ready. They ain't ready, sis. You right. You right. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all still out here playing. Still out here trying to prove something to somebody. And y'all ain't ready for what's here. Y'all ain't ready for what's here. Not what's coming. What's already here. So, I trust that your bags is going to save you, whatever you did, your bunkers, whatever. But I doubt it, because that ain't even saving nobody. Because it's unearthing as above, so below, as without, so within. So not only is it coming from the top, it's coming from the bottom, it's coming from within, all of it. And all of this is going on inside of you until you come in peace with yourself, until you raise your thoughts to infinite wisdom, back to the highest plane of life with your Father God Allah. If you continue to operate in lewdness and everything that harms, well, hey, this on you. Like I said, you don't think this belongs to you, then hey, find out where it do belong to you. And I trust that they accept you wherever you're about to go to. My nation here, this is my land. I ain't going nowhere. My ancestors fought too hard for this. My ancestors did not only build this, they was already here. It was already occupied. Somebody came and took it. A thief. A heathen. That we allow. That they warned us a heathen gonna come from afar and take everything from you within 1 short hour. And a heathen came and did such. We too busy running behind guys in Europe we knew nothing about. We want everything they got. Then wonder why we ain't got nothing now. But we want a bag to sit at their table. We want a bag. They showing you no mercy, baby. And they have no mercy to show you at this point because Allah ain't showing no mercy on them. So good luck in your saviors. What Kendrick say? Nipsey Hussle cannot save you. He is not your savior. Kobe Bryant, he is not your savior. Michael Jackson, he is not your savior. Nobody's your savior but you. But I sure hope you guys you are connected to your salvation. I hope you're connected to your salvation, people. Because the time is right now. I promise you. As soon as this live ends, because it's already been popping off before I opened my eyes, and Allah woke me up before this moment to get up and get ready for a job interview that I had at 9:30 to get myself together. Got up and did work for a client, got up and did this hair, and came on here and did my interview, and then came on here. Get your life, y'all. Get your life, because it's here. And it's now. Be vigilant. Be safe. Keep your head on the swivel. Like I told you, stay in the watchtower. Stay in the watchtower. Like the Jehovah's Witness, the watchtower. You can see 360 degrees around you. Keep that, man. We walking in this is coming up on this 8. It's 8. Are we 8 or 9? Wait a minute. Is it a 9? It's a 9. It's a 9. It's a completion. Hey, this Jubilee serious, y'all. This Jubilee is serious. As soon as we walk into this spring, that's the new year. That's the new, when things become anew. So get ready to see a lot of destruction and a lot of this. Yeah, because a lot of things have to go in order to get ready for the new. In order to get ready for the new year, we have to clear this thing up. We got to purge it out. The purge is here. The purge is here. So our praises due to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Our praises due to Allah. Our praises due to Allah. Alhamdulillah. To the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Islam, this is the instruction from your Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Be faithful unto your forefathers' divine and national creed, that you will be blessed for your good deeds that you sow in the flesh. Allah is the one that judges the world, and his judgment is now on. But the weak can comprehend it not. The end of time is drawing near, so says Allah to his divine prophet. I, Noble Drew Ali. Yes, it is, sis. And that is why many hearts have been turned to stone, and many have eyes to see but cannot see, ears to hear but cannot hear, lest they would be confounded of their sins. These are the trying hours now, dear Moors, and every evil spirit is moving, and they are trying every weak mind to overthrow and drag out the true foundation that has been laid, and to cause confusion in the minds of the ones that do believe. But if you have the true love of Allah and the spirit of your forefathers, you fear not what you hear nor see. You fear not what you hear nor see. If you hear that, but if you have the true love of Allah and the spirit of your forefathers, because spirit constantly moving, you fear not what you hear or see, but will sacrifice the utmost of your very life to protect your movement and your profit. Watch your enemies, dear Moors. Your enemies are the ones that speak against your prophet and ridicule him to the very lowest, and the ones that speak against your divine and national principles of your temple. Act accordingly, and Allah will bless you for your good work. Peace. Noble Drew Ali. Islam, this covenant, you gotta read it because it's important. Holy covenant, a covenant we should read daily. We should read this every day before we leave the house. When we first get up, we should just be saying this to ourselves while you're brushing your teeth, whatever. You should say this because it's important. This is a covenant that we must practice, that we must apply to our life daily. This is how we learn how to love instead of hate. Nature teaches you this. I'm going to say this before I go to the covenant. You know, yesterday we talked about polyandry and polygamy, and how polyandry was the thing, because then you didn't have so many children. You were able to really get things done because you had more than one husband that could get things done. Made more sense, right? Whew, it just made more sense. That's all I could really say. It made more sense. Nature even show you that. The lion ain't look. The lion, I mean, he ain't talking about, man, it's a shortage of lioness. It's a shortage of men. It ain't enough lions. Nature don't even do that, y'all. So how can y'all say that there ain't enough for nothing for us? Because y'all allow them to sell that to y'all. Because y'all don't want the matriarch to rise back where she should be. You don't want to uplift humanity back to the highest plane of life. You want to lift her skirt. You want to do her. Right? But in all reality, it would be better that way. We would get more done. We'd have stronger villages. These children would, they'd have their fathers. They would be there. That's probably what's wrong. If you didn't notice, that's what should have flipped. It gives you too many excuses to leave your household and leave a woman by herself. When polyandry, it was Maury out there with one. So wasn't too many people leaving. Islam. That's all I'm saying. I know it's ancient and old and all of that, but daggone it. A covenant. Y'all don't want them women to rise up. That's just what this is all about. But we rise. We rising. The reason for the season all the time. We rising. So the divine instructions from the Holy Prophet, chapter 25, we need to always read this. A holy covenant of the Asiatic nation. And that's a 7. That's a 7. Islam. We stand and we hold up 7. 5 on the left, 2 on the right. So this is a covenant. Ye are the children of one Father, Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Provided for by his care, and the breast of one mother, the mother of virtue, the higher self, the mother of virtues, that breeds justice, mercy, love, and right, has given you suck. Let the bonds of affection therefore unite thee with thy brothers, that peace and happiness may dwell in thy father's house. And when ye separate in the world, remember the relation that bindeth you to love and unity, and prefer not a stranger before thy own blood. If thy brother is in adversity, assist him. If thy sister is in trouble, forsake her not. So shall the fortunes of thy father contribute to the support of his whole race, and his care be continued to you all in your love to each other. Learn to love instead of hate. You about to need each other more than ever now. So I advise y'all to learn to love instead of hate. As much as you can, that 7-day challenge, try not to think nothing negative for 7 days. And if you do go to negative thinking and go to negative thoughts and negative things that you do, because those thoughts become things, you manifest them in the open. Start over. Don't continue to go. Just start over. Like my brother said, you don't realize how many bad thoughts you think through the day until you take some time to not think them. Take 7 days to not think bad thoughts, y'all. About anything, about yourself, about someone else, none of that. Learn to love instead of hate, and the love has to start within you. It ain't gonna start nowhere else. The love has to start within you yourself. That's how you learn to love. And if you can't, like I said, go learn from nature, because it can teach you. It can teach you. Nature teaches you how to love. In any part of nature. Birds, all of them teach you how to love. The birds ain't talking about it's a shortage of men. We gonna go get us 5 bird wives. No, they ain't. Learn to love instead of hate, y'all. This is what we're in. So, as I said, you better tribe up because the time is now. Time is now. It's here. The wrath is here. The wrath is here. And I just trust a lot of y'all don't get caught in the rapture. I hope you save yourself from it, because you do have time to save yourself. Islam. Peace and love, y'all. Y'all have a good day. I love y'all TikTok. Love y'all Facebook. Love y'all YouTube. Peace and love. Have an amazing day. Have a